We have a special guest in the studio. We've got Beau James, and you are here to talk about a wrestling fundraiser event.
Yes, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling going to be in Happy, Kentucky next Saturday night. Also going to be in Buckhorn, Kentucky next Friday night. Both of them are fundraisers for the basketball teams at each school.
Awesome.
So which schools are those exactly?
Buckhorn is the only school, K through 12, so Buckhorn School. And then Happy, it is the R.W. Combs Elementary School right there on 15.
Okay.
Just miles from downtown Hazard.
Wonderful. So where is this taking place? How can people help?
Well, the tickets are on sale at both schools right now. Friday, like I said, is a big fundraiser for the basketball team over there. Saturday, fundraiser, but Saturday is also the Hall of Fame night as Ronnie Garvin says farewell to East Kentucky. If anybody listening and watching is a longtime wrestling fan, Garvin was the biggest star here from the 70s through the 90s. Born in Quebec, but makes his home here in the Appalachians, lives in West Virginia. He's retired completely from wrestling, but he wanted to come back to East Tennessee, or East Kentucky. I'm thinking of my home, East Tennessee. East Kentucky, and say farewell. Many people remember him and Randy Savage and Leaping Landy and all those guys from ICW. This is Garvin's first appearance in East Kentucky in 25 years, and it is also his last.
Wow.
So if you ever wanted to meet him, you better get a Golden Circle ticket. That'll get you in. The match is at 5:45, and you get to meet Ronnie Garvin for picture ops, autographs, all that good stuff, and bell time is 7:30.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Very awesome. Now, the proceeds obviously going to the schools.
Yes.
And who's on the ticket?
Buckhorn, the main event in Buckhorn on Friday night is Stan Sierra, the Appalachian champion, taking on John Noble, who is the basketball coach at Buckhorn. But John has been a professional wrestler for 25 years, has wrestled on national television, has wrestled all over the country. So he's not just some local guy here. He is a guy that's well-traveled, well-experienced, and he wants to win the belt in his hometown right there in Buckhorn, Kentucky.
Awesome.
I just see wrestling as being the perfect sport for Andrew because there's not a lot of running involved.
I don't see it being.
He can just stand there and take a butt kicking.
You've got to jump off the ropes.
No, you don't. You can just stand there and take be the recipient of the guy jumping out the ropes.
He'd have to move his arms.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, well, I can tell you, 2 back surgeries, 16 broken bones, and 14 concussions. It's not as easy as everybody thinks. That's why everybody thinks most wrestlers can't read or write, but I've wrote 3 books, published books. I got highly rated. This is my 28th year in the ring. I started when I was 15 years.
Hold us up. Tell us about the book real quick.
First book is Do You Want to Be a Wrestler, Kid? That is my autobiography. Started in professional wrestling at the age of 14, in the ring at 15. I'm the second of 3 generations of my family in this profession. And, it's a family business. My wife wrestles. She'll be wrestling on Friday and Saturday night. 2 nephews that wrestled, 3 nephews that were referees. I think a dozen cousins. My brother-in-law wrestles, so it's truly the family business. I've got 2 nephews in high school now waiting to get out of school so they can start in pro wrestling.
Well, awesome. What's the other book?
The second book is called It Takes All Kinds, The People, Places, and Events That Make Professional Wrestling. It's a quarter century of short stories of living on the road, 200-plus days a year, 300 days a year. Lots of great stories in both books about a lot of guys like Ronnie Garvin, Wahoo McDaniels, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Bill Dundee, Jerry the King Lawler, Handsome Jimmy, all these guys that people grew up watching in this area who were my heroes, and I get to call them friend now.
Now, in that book, are there stories that people haven't heard?
Both of them. Stories never told before publicly
in
these books. Both books, 5-star ratings on Amazon. Been a blessing to me and my family. They've went out of my home office in Kingsport, Tennessee. We have shipped to 8 different countries and 38 states in this country. And in my newest book that just came out about this time last year is called Don't Miss This, The History of Professional Wrestling in Kingsport, Tennessee, 1960 through 69. But I have a 100-year history lesson in the beginning of this book. Is East Kentucky was part of the Kingsport office. Pikeville, Hazard, Harlan all ran out of Kingsport starting all the way back to 1944.
That's amazing.
And pro wrestling's been here. Schools, ball teams, fire departments, churches all have raised money for 6 decades with professional wrestling, and Appalachian Mountain Wrestling right here in East Kentucky are just continuing what was started that many years ago.
Now, with the events coming up, where can folks get tickets for both these events? And again, what are the dates and times?
The date is 7:30 Friday night, May the 5th, Buckhorn at the school. Big night of wrestling there. Tickets on sale at the school office. Save a couple of bucks buying them in advance. Tickets on sale for Saturday, May the 6th in Happy, Kentucky. Tickets on sale at the office, but you also can go to facebook.com/Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. Get them there. Now, to meet Ronnie Garvin next Saturday, you need a golden or a silver ticket, which is the front row $15 or second row $14. You'll get in an hour and a half before bell time. You get to meet not only Ronnie Garvin, but Bart Batten and a lot of other surprise wrestlers we're going to have that night for the Hall of Fame, and you get a front or second row seat. General admission seats will go on at 6:30 that night, but like I said, you can get those also at the office at either school all the way up to bell time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This sounds super exciting. I mean, Ted and I have been planning to get in the industry for some time.
Long time.
Tag team right here.
Yep.
And so I think we should probably go and take notes.
She actually thinks she can.
Yeah, my wife's been looking to train a girl to take around the country and wrestle. So
I don't want to go around the country though. I just want to stay. I was imagining like a mud pit in my backyard.
She doesn't like to travel a lot unless you can just whisk there and whisk back.
Well, that's what I heard earlier. Instantly, if you go instantly, you miss the drive to Portland, Oregon, which is the best part about it. I've been blessed to cross ocean to ocean, back and forth 9 different times, just wrestling.
That's
in the
amazing.
28 years, all the way from Houghton, Michigan, to the Gulf of Mexico. So I've truly wrestled in every part of this country. Me and my wife were given the Legends Award at the Gulf Coast Wrestlers Union, and then 3 years ago in Vegas, we were given Lifetime Achievement Awards by the Cauliflower Alley Club. And, wrestling has been great. It's blessed us. And we're just doing the same thing right here in East Kentucky, going back and helping the schools, the churches, the fire departments. We've been doing anti-bully assemblies at many schools here in teaching and educating the kids on the troubles of this, because children have lost their lives. When we went to school, bullies flipped you in the ear, they called you names. It's much worse than that now. It's a generational problem. It's a national problem, and we're working to educate not only the children, but their parents and the staffs at the school. As me and other wrestlers from Appalachian Mountain Wrestling have taken courses, taken tests to get certified to go into the schools and teach on this subject.
Well,
Excellent.
this is a great, this is, first of all, the fundraiser we're here talking about today is a wonderful fundraiser. I want to encourage everybody to check that out. Happy
the books.
Kentucky. Yes, Happy Kentucky
Yes.
and
Buckhorn.
Buckhorn.
And you can get the books at kingofkingsport.com or on Amazon. But if you buy them off of kingofkingsport.com, I will sign them. My wife will sign them. We throw in a couple of DVDs and a couple of signed pictures with them also.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you
us
for
today.
having me.